My name is Jennifer Crawford. I'm sharing the curriculum that I developed, Language Bridge. A little bit of history about myself is I have been in adult ed for 20 years. Inside adult education, Language Bridge exists, and it is curriculum that I developed. I was on the starting end of Language Bridge and Math Bridge, but solely got to take Language Bridge into my own hands. The reason we chose Language Bridge, or the reason I chose Language Bridge, is really the reason that I chose it. It's a need. We have so many college students coming in and taking placement tests and entering with low ACT scores, and they're not ready for college. So this gives a really hands-on, concentrated assistance to some of those students that really struggle. And at the end, I like to think that they are overly prepared for English 101 and any of the other classes like histories and psychologies and sociologies that require that heavier academic writing. Process analysis. When I did this assignment at the beginning of the semester, I chose the performance-based instructional design. Adult ed in its entirety is performance-based. Our program does not receive funding unless we perform, and that matriculates down to our students. Our students have to perform for the instructors to perform, for that class to perform, for that program to perform, and so on and so on. So we are highly concentrated in the student population. We work very, very closely. They're smaller classes. Again, they're heavier concentrated. We have to pay, particular attention to them succeeding because our program exists because of its success. Content standards analysis. I really did not know how deep you wanted us to go on this because I've had to do this for adult ed statewide, and it's just, ugh. That's all I can say is just, ugh. But I broke this down in that assignment just to give you the breakdown, just generic version here, is that the standards that we use for Language Bridge are writing for history, social studies, scientific and technical subjects, and language. I have listed the specific standards that we use in those underneath here. But for the most part, we just go over their composition skills, their grammar skills, their mechanics, their use. All of that is heavily gone over in this class, just to get them up to English Composition 101 writing. Let's see. Okay, task analysis. Rather than just do the task of going to a computer, turning a computer on, doing this, doing that, I wanted to do something that was present and could be useful in our program. And I was real, tickled with my project that I did here, because this is something that I can actually use in my classroom. I can hand out, and we can actually use it at the reception desk. But I kind of went through the task analysis of going through just coming onto campus. And I know that you understand this process now too, that, students just can't just come to campus. We're not back on campus either right now. And so it's an entire process for schedule an appointment. They have to self-evaluate. Masks are now a requirement. And the cleaning. And so I was really excited about this project. And I was really tickled with how that turned out. Goals, outcomes, objectives. Again, this is going through those content standards. I did not know how deep you wanted us to go there, but basically right in here, we are just focusing on their writing clearly, cohesively, without errors, which is kind of impossible. I think that's kind of funny. It's just, most of the rubrics say error-free. And so I always go over that with my students, just basically making sure that they have that academic writing knowledge. A huge thing with our students, and I know I talked about it in some of my discussion boards, these students are scared to write. And so we do a lot, and I'm going to get into that in just a few minutes. We get into a lot of hands-on. We do a lot of stuff together. I really want them to feel comfortable writing. I want them to make mistakes and, and do all that stuff out loud in front of everyone, so we can make and hear all the students can hear each other's errors. And my main goal is to get them comfortable writing. And we just go over grammar and that basic 5-paragraph essay. That's what our goal is. I want them to go into English 101 feeling confident, because this on-demand writing that they have to do for the college, they get a blank screen and a prompt, and they type it right then. In English Comp, I let them know that, sometimes you have a week or 2 weeks to do one of these papers that you're filtering out in an hour or two. And I make them do that in my class as well. Here is the actual outline from my syllabus. This is everything that we go over. A lot of the first chapters here are going over coherence and just building that, getting relevant evidence, and just writing cohesively. And then we jump into the grammar, and all through here I will have, we're working on thesis together, we're working on all these assignments together, and we have, the AccuPlacer is the college's entrance placement exam. It's called a Right Placer. And but we make, I come in, I set them at a computer, I make them pull up Word, it's a blank screen, and I throw a topic at them. They have no idea. And then I make them write it during class. I try to simulate the exact process that they will go through during the AccuPlacer, because it's intimidating to sit down with a blank white screen. I had to take this test before I started teaching this class, and it is very intimidating. So we do a lot of that together. And down here, I'm just kind of saying, my goal for Language Bridge is to increase all of these proficiencies. I want them comfortable in English 101. I want them comfortable writing. They're going to do this in speech. They're going to do this in history. They're going to do psychology, sociology. So I just want to get them comfortable. Okay, and instructional strategies. We use tablets. We do a lot of group work. I have a tablet. We do writing. My tablet communicates with my smartboard, so I can pass the tablet around the room, and they're able to write on it and do, just erase and do all that stuff. I have them come up to the smartboard. Sometimes I have them sit at their desk, and they tell me what to write, and I write it together. And I like to do a lot of group work where we write essays together. So each person adds a component to that essay, so they feel like there's part ownership in that. With our student population, we have just all over the board ages, and so we have all over the board, grade equivalents. And so I have to address everyone's needs. At the very beginning of every class, when the semester starts, we take a learning style survey, and I try to incorporate something that hits everybody's learning style. Some, won't enjoy this, others will really enjoy that. And so, but we do everything together. It works beautifully. I do make them do some activities on their own. Again, this is during class, and then we grade it together in class. Sometimes I make them take tests at the end of the chapters. They do that individually. Then I give them the answers. So I do a lot of hands-on stuff together with them. Again, we use the on-demand writing. I use the computer. I come in certain days. I send them out a computer. They have a white screen. I pass out a topic. They have 2 hours through the entire class time to type that essay. I am prepping them for that AccuPlacer. And then at the end, like I said, we do chapter reviews, but we also take the TAPE assessment, which is how Montgomery monitors our performance. So we take that at the beginning and we take that at the end. And what Montgomery expects is for them to start here and end here. So those are the instructional strategies I use in my classroom. I try to hit all learning styles. Okay. Why did I choose this curriculum? It's needed. These the students, the classes are small. The students need that. They need the heavily saturated hands-on help to get them up to par. I have learned a lot in this class. I really enjoyed the book. I wish, and that is what, when you ask what would I do differently, I would like to spend more time in the book. I would be looking for something, and then I would be reading something, and I would stumble onto something else, and I would be like trying to dig, and it was very interesting. But one thing I really did learn about is I'm not the only one that gets confused with the word curriculum. I still stumble because I just, you think it's one thing, but it's really not. And then it just, all of this folds in together. And I feel like, I've kind of done it and I was working backwards, but I really did enjoy the class. And, I hope I haven't gone on and rambled too much for you in my presentation, but I really did enjoy the class. I enjoyed the presentation. I thought it was really neat how we did everything and then it all tied together. And I hope you were safe and well during this crazy time, and thank you so much.